Now, before we end this lesson, I'm going to show you another directive to show or hide the element. The directive is vShow. This vShow directive is almost the same as vIf, which is displaying the element if the condition that is passed is true, or hiding the element if the condition is false. So what's the difference between these two? Now, to answer this question, let's open the conditional rendering 4.html. Here we have two alerts and two buttons. We will show or hide each alert if we click on each of these buttons, and we'll see the difference in how each element rendered in the page. Let's switch back over to our editor, then open conditional rendering 4.html. Inside this data property, there are two properties, show alert primary and show alert secondary, and both of them are true. Now, in this alert primary, let's define vIf show alert primary, and then on the alert secondary, let's define vShow show alert secondary. Now let's change its property when we click on each of these buttons. Here we can call vOn : click. Then here we will replace its value with the inverse value. Show alert primary equals not show alert primary. Then here we can change the second button to show alert secondary. Now let's see. Something went wrong. Sorry, I forgot to add equals here. Save that. Okay, before we moving on, let's open our web developer tools. Then here, I will put the window on the right side, so that I can see how each element will be rendered. I'll hit the vIf button. Now here we can see the elements are gone, so it's completely removed. Now I'll hit the vShow button. Now we can see the elements still there, but here it's hidden by adding CSS display property. If I hit again one more time, the display property will be removed from the element. But the vIf, the element will be added to the page or removed from the page. So that's the difference between vIf and vShow in manipulating the elements. So in general, there's no significant difference between vIf and vShow. Now you might be asking, when do we use vIf and when do we use the vShow? To find the answer, you can check out the Vue.js official documentation here. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next lesson.